Are we finally live? Oh my gosh. Okay, so I thought that using YouTube Live would be as easy as hitting go live, but no. Same with Twitch. I'm totally fail at technical difficulties this month, so sorry for starting late, guys. Hi, I'm Angela Sasser, fantasy artist and apparently inept at setting up live streaming things. So come back, camera, I'm right here. There we go. Okay. So yes, this is Angela Sasser. Welcome to my April Studio Hangout where I ramble about how my month's been with art and things. You can leave questions in the Q&A panel. There it is. It's up now. So for how this works is I'm going to show you guys a few things I've been working on, and also then hop to a character sketch that I'm going to attempt to do in an hour. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, my Patreon patrons turned in some character sketch prompts, and I get to unveil which one won. The theme this month was gods and goddesses, so yeah, there was some really fun ones. So first off, let me share my screen and show you what I've been doing. Been doing all the things. Actually, I've only been working on one project because the ladies of the months, oh yeah, all these help menus I've had up, because I'm like, how do I set up in code? I have no idea. So yes, I've been working mainly on the ladies of the months, which is an Art Nouveau birthstone series where I've been painting masks and also creating 2D illustrations. So it's kind of like a multimedia series. And this month I took some time off to actually create a website for this series because I figured I've got a couple made now. It's time to actually give them their own space on the net, and that way when people are looking for things about the ladies, they don't have to go here or there, because I had my masks over in my artisan shop and my paintings over in my Art Nouveau shop. Now it's all in one pretty place, and I'm really proud of it. I got a scrolly thing at the top that has me all excited. I got a scrolly thing. Ooh, and this is cool too. I gotta show you guys. Look, I figured out parallax backgrounds. I seriously sit and play with this like all day. It's great. And just to give you a little quick tour before I get distracted by other things, you can go to the gallery of paintings and look at the paintings. Shows you a little about them, work in progress shots. You can watch a little video, has all the things. Or if you go from the home page, the landing page, it takes you to a page that has both things on it. It has the painting and the mask, and you can see them both side by side. So that's pretty cool. And then you can go to the gallery of masks. Actually, I'm a little ahead with masks because I got Lady of March's mask done. You can click on the gallery of masks and look at just the mask by themselves. So all of that in one place. Ink sign up at the bottom. I learned how to do that. I was so proud. So yeah, I've just been loving web design. I forgot how fun it was. But I am very happy to be back at the art. So that is good as well. Lady of March, I'm going to give you guys a little sneak peek of what she's looking like. But before I get to that, what else did I want to show you here? Yeah, I think that's the tour. And, oh, I remember what I was going to say. So, for those who are kind of new to web design and you're wanting to make up something like this, I built this pretty quickly with WordPress. Not the one that you install online, but the one that you install independently to your web server, the WordPress CMS or content manager system. So I use WordPress as a base, and I have the theme called Make by the Theme Foundry. And the Theme Foundry is really great for people beginning with WordPress, especially artists, because we don't like coding. a lot of people don't like coding, so I highly recommend the Make theme because it lets you add images, parallax effects, all that kind of thing without having to do much coding. So definitely check out WordPress if you're an artist looking for an easy way to build a website. And I also, for the gallery sections, like when you look at the individual pages, this here was built with the NextGen Gallery plugin, which I also recommend for people, for artists, especially working with WordPress, because it just makes putting it in galleries so much easier. So yeah, and I have the Pro version of that as well, and the theme. And the great thing about buying Pro for those is that you can use them on multiple websites, which I have like 4 websites now because I paint, so I have Art Nouveau, Artisan Crafts, Fantasy Art. I do a lot of different things, so it's important to me that I'm able to support multiple websites easily. So that's the best use of my budget there. So anyways, now for the sneak peek of Lady of March. Oh, spoilers, spoilers, spoilers. Yes, there you go. This is how Lady of March is doing. I'm just working up a draft of the lines right now, so they're going to be really rough. And then when I transfer them to watercolor board or illustration board, I'm going to refine the lines. So they look sloppy right now, but that's because I'll refine them as I transfer. So there's your preview. She's probably the most detailed lady yet, and I'm really, really excited about this one. I think she's going to be my favorite of them all. So that's your really quick preview of her. I don't want to spoil all of it. You will forget what you saw when I first came to Photoshop. So now it's time for character jamming. Set up canvas here. So we had a lot of fun suggestions for the character theme this month. One of the fun ones that I loved was Dark Athena and also Hermes. I think it was like a card shark Hermes. I thought that was pretty cool. But the one that actually won was Gamer Girl Artemis. One, because I'm very biased towards Artemis. She's just a really cool goddess. Who doesn't love a goddess who's an archer, who has a pet stag, and who's basically just really freaking awesome? So before I even came to this, I started up a Pinterest board, which I highly recommend you do whenever you're going to draw a character or any kind of project. Pinterest is great for brainstorming and building a mood board to kind of get your head in the right space. So, yeah, I have a lot of boards. I should maybe delete some. And here's my secret boards. Secret boards. Actually, I have so many boards, I have to search where I hid the darn thing. There it is. So, Gamer Girl Artemis. For Artemis, the icons for her are the moon, stag. She always has a bow and is an excellent archer. So you just have to have the bow in there. That's weird. There we go. I'm being obsessive about my type spacing. Yes, moon, stag, and bow. Those are her main iconography. And for gamers, gamer girls, I always think of headphones. You always gotta have a nice headset if you're gaming. Jeans and tee for the casual look. T as in t-shirt. And I just gathered a bunch of reference of sexy headphones and classical Artemis. Oh, of course, I also think of cool leggings for the gamer girls. Oh, and part of this character prompt was to have the pet stag, so I'm going to try and work that stag in, even though animals aren't my area of expertise. But we'll see. I spent a large part of my youth drawing unicorn, so maybe that will translate into drawing deer. We'll see. All right, so oh, and I'm using Lazy Nizumi to help stabilize my lines. That makes my strokes smoother. So here we go. Keeping all of this in mind. And I'm going to have my references up on the other monitor. I could not live without two monitors these days. Always have references up in one screen and Photoshop up in the other, or a movie or something. Except the Hangout seems to have trapped my browser window on one screen. Okay, computers are just trolling me today. That's what it is. Computers, why you troll me? Maybe if I knew Windows? No. I cannot live without my second monitor. Why you do this, computer? There we go. All right. Okay. Now I can draw. Let's see. First, I like to start with just gesture drawing, just quick lines. So let's see. I'm thinking she'd probably be like chilling, relaxing. Because of course I imagine Artemis really liking shooter games, being an archer. Maybe she's got an arm up on her stag buddy who's behind her. Expand the canvas. That's why I love digital. Do stuff like that. So yeah, it's got an arm up on her stag buddy who's watching her play the game. I swear it's a stag, I promise. See, look, horns. This looks terrible now, but I promise it will shape up. Oh, I notice I have a viewer. Viewer, if you have any questions, do leave them in the chat, in the Q&A panel, which you can see inside of the window, hopefully. And if the sound is messing up again, let me know. That happened the last time I tried to do one of these. Eventually, I will learn how to use the encoder so I can move to a more stable format. I imagine you're just kind of bored, like getting nothing but headshots in a shooter game. Yeah, just keeping it loose, trying to keep the energy of the sketching. Must embiggen the head. And for these sketch jams, so far this is my second one. I'm actually a very meticulous artist, and doing these sketch jams is my way to try and loosen up and have fun and not be so obsessed with trying to get every detail right. Like, this is just unplanned, raw character sketching. And I need more of that in my life. It looks really weird. Make her leaning back more. Oh, the last theme for the sketch jam that won was actually Red Riding Hood, Steampunk Red Riding Hood, and that was a lot of fun. You can see the stream of that in my YouTube channel. She ended up being like this werewolf convertible axe wielding Red Riding Hood with a like veiled hat instead of a hood. It was a lot of fun. So let's see. That works. Trying to clean up so I can tell what's going on. I just want to make her a sarcastic gamer girl because that's what I am. It's like, oh look, you think you got skills? I'm a goddess, buddy. Maybe put the leg up even more. Like she's got her elbow resting on that leg, which is a much more comfortable gaming position. So I kind of got a basic idea right now of the pose. Oh, I forgot something. Okay, more things on the gamer list. And this is a gamer in joke. Doritos and Mountain Dew. Can't forget those. So now that I've got the basic pose, I'm going to go ahead and make another layer and just lighten these preliminary sketches with just lowering the opacity so they don't distract me too much while I'm drawing on top. Let's see. And for this layer, I like to start getting just a little more detailed, but it's still pretty rough. Don't make bangs. They have her ponytail. I keep wanting to make her like chewing bubblegum at the same time. Like, this is so easy that I could just chew bubblegum and beat all the shooter games. And I keep hearing in my head, like, headshot. Headshot. Artemis wins. And I keep imagining that her stag can actually talk. Like, he would be bossy, being like, you need to go to the left. No, aim to the right. She'd be like, shut up, stag. You know how to play this game. Crop it in just a little. How did I get to 5 layers already? Oh wait, yeah, I gotta put the Mountain Dew. Can't forget the Mountain Dew. Looks more like a beer bottle. I'll fix it later. I only got an hour to do this. This is terrifying. Dorito bags. Doritos. Doritos. Can't write Doritos upside down. I'll fix it later. Though that's one thing I don't do while I'm playing games is eat radioactively orange chips. That would get my controller messy because I'm very neurotic about getting things on the controller. They must be pristine. Okay. I think I might give her some, like, Super Metroid leggings. Hi, people. If you have any questions, here's a reminder to just leave them in the chat. Or the Q&A panel, which I'm just going to say is the chat at this point, because I don't think Hangout on Air comes with the chat function, sadly. She needs more sarcasm. Let's see, I gotta add a head tilt. Like, and eye roll. Like, I don't even have to freaking watch this game. Okay, I gotta breathe. I can make this in an hour. I play with controllers all of the time, but now I'm like, what does the controller look like? It's got the analog sticks. I know that. My brain still defaults to the PS3 controller because that is the sexiest controller in existence. The Xbox controller comes close. The Xbox One. That is a sexy controller. My boyfriend ended up getting the Elite one, and it is so smooth with all the metallic buttons and the magnetic analog. Since you can take them out and, like, replace them if you mess up your analogs, it's pretty sweet. anatomy. I knows it. I'm trying to capture that expression. It's like, God, why don't you get good? I think I'll include the moon symbolism on her shirt. Yeah, I think I can go ahead and hide the sketch layer for now. The gesture layer, I mean. Directional button, start button, select button. I don't think you'd even see all the buttons from up here. Kind of looks like a controller. I need a little more time to look up reference. Controllers in perspective. Oh. I want to give her an archery bracer, even though she's not even doing archery. Like, she just wears it all the time. I think I will. This is so weird, sketching in silence. I'm very much a must sketch with music person. Alright, I'm getting a lot of attention to Artemis, so let me try to sketch in her friend over here. Quickly put some designs on the pants. Metroid-esque pants. Time to give her stag friends some attention. I found the most beautiful reference photo of a stag. It's gorgeous. I love the lighting. Oh no, the window's trapped again. Oh crap. No, Hangouts, don't do this. Okay, let me try something again. Close this. Oh, don't like my email. There we go. With that look of hers, I can see her being like, shut up, stag. I think I will go with that story for this. And every now and again, I'll look up and check the Q&A panel, so definitely leave questions there if you guys have any. I'm actually sketching much more spontaneously than I usually do. It's probably not the most efficient workflow because I'm sitting here drawing the outlines of things when I think it's probably a better habit if you draw the kind of form first. I'm sort of drawing off the cuff, spontaneous, more emotional, which is definitely not me at all. I love to plan every single detail out. I love the stack already. Stag is like, gah. Yeah, Stag is totally like, you missed one. Probably makes that weird deer noise too, like, I might have to finish this one up with more details later. It makes me laugh. Okay, let me label some of these layers so I don't get lost in them. So I can sketch. Let's see, did I miss anything with Artemis? Don't have her bow. I'm assuming she's using a bow in the game. This? Yes. Hopefully my sound is not messing up right now. I talked to myself for so long last character jam, and then only afterwards did I realize that the sound had messed up for most of it. So if the sound is messing up, do say so in the Q&A panel. I'm not exactly sure what I could do about it, but it'll at least be good to know so I stop talking to myself. I'll make it a double moon. I always love double crescents. Oh, and just a quick lesson about boobs, y'all. They don't, t-shirts don't go into the crevice of boobs, just so you know. They actually stretch across the boobs. So there's like a boob canyon there that causes wrinkles. Don't forget the boob canyon. Did I forget any accoutrements of gaming? Okay, now I'm creeped out by the stag's grin. I have to change it now. He's looking a little lecherous there. Still looks weird. I think it's just gonna look weird. Oh, how am I on time? It's 3. I started a little late, so I think I still got time. I want him to be smiling like, I know I'm annoying you. That's what stag pets are for. Alright, let's see. Staring at my reference for a little bit while I decide what else I want to add. Make these Converse shoes too. Not a bangle. Let's see. Now for another layer. And this layer is to refine the sketch even more, which is basically like inking, making everything pretty in a much slower, more methodical way than the previous layers, which are more about energy and emotion. Oof, that looks weird. Just kind of snarling. If you can see my lips right now, I'm like trying to make this expression both poofed and snarl at the same time. Oh, and just for reference, I'm actually drawing on a Cintiq, which is like a monitor you can draw directly on with the stylus, not an actual pencil. I could never work on anything else. It's really made it easier for me as a traditional artist, because I actually started out doing color pencil and watercolor before I ever moved on to digital, and I can't go back. It just it's so much easier to use the shortcuts on this to rotate this canvas or draw a curved line. I just could not draw curved lines on the smaller tablets. They really weren't very organic, intuitive. I just could not figure them out. I started out with a really small Cintiq, which I recommend because they're much more affordable these days. You get used to the small space, and then, you know, once you make some more money, you can kind of upgrade. I actually sold my old Cintiq to raise money for this, and they hold their value really well, even the old ones. Let's see. Trying to draw headphones instead of like sponges on our ears. So we've got that cushion for your face. That's nice. Cushion. And then pretty technical details. Technical BS details. Maybe she could have like a little moon on here too. Yeah. Goddess brand headphones. I would totally buy some of those. She's kind of got Megara hair going on, which is not a bad thing. I loved Megara. Actually, we'll make it wavier like hers. She needs a hoodie, but I'm way too lazy to draw it. I'm just gonna admit that outright. She needs a hoodie, but it ain't gonna happen. Sorry guys, I'm lazy. I would have to cover up all the anatomy I just drew. So just thinking about gaming just makes me want to go and play Warframe. And I'm going to shout out to my boyfriend who got me addicted to this game, because now instead of working, I want to play Warframe. I hate you, Kevin. Get me addicted to games. And if you haven't heard of Warframe, it's a free-to-play game where you're a space ninja and you kill stuff and make money and craft stuff, and that's basically the game. And you are the sexiest looking space ninjas ever. The designs are so gorgeous. Like, I'm not even playing for anything else other than to look really awesome. That's the only reason I play anything online. So if you want a space ninja loot simulator death murder game, go play Warframe. It's awesome. Ivara is my friend, y'all. She's like a stealthy archer bot, which should show you that I'm very biased towards stealth and archery themes in general. Remember the Road Canyon? Oop, too much scoop. Gotta get a better angle on this to make this line. Actually, ooh, I can tell when I flip this, everything is gonna go wonky. Alright, you know what? For experimental purposes, we're gonna flip this and see just how off I am with the face. Oh, she is Derp Artemis now. Yeah. Wow. Um, hmm. Well, we're just gonna do our best here. Oh my god, okay. I can keep it in a straight face and draw this. Ooh. That's what happens when you draw without a structure. I blame you, spontaneity. It's the mouth. Just kind of erase the mouth. God, it still looks weird. So this may not be the best spontaneous character drawing I've ever done, but that's the price of spontaneous, folks. And there's a reminder, if you have questions, leave them in the Q&A panel, and I will see them shortly. There we go. That is much less derpy. Sorry, I just randomly threw my stylus. That happens at least 3 times per painting. For no particular reason. And the stag just remains the same jerk stag. I love it. He looks okay flipped. He's a little cartoonish, but the whole thing's a little cartoonish, so that's okay. Better. You don't go for a full moon. And if y'all have any suggestions for adding to Artemis's look, lay them on me in the Q&A chat too. I will add it to this piece if I feel like it fits in good. Must stop redrawing 10. Zoom back out for a minute. That arm feels weird and short, which is either foreshortening fail or it is weird and short. So let us try tweaking this a bit. Smells more like elbowing your stag buddy. I should probably look up a soda bottle and redraw that soda bottle because it looks weird. Her leg is also very long. I feel like there'd be some foreshortening happening right here. It's really hard to draw. So my boyfriend is playing Dark Souls right now, Dark Souls 3, and I can't do it. Can't do it, guys. I can play Fatal Frame where you stare at a terrifying specter as long as you can before you shoot it in the face with a camera. But I just can't play Dark Souls because screw that. It's so masochistic. But it looks so pretty. But I'm not going to be tempted by the prettiness. Nope. Not gonna. Bloodborne tempted me with the prettiness, and I spent like 2 hours in the character creator, and then got super frustrated when I finally actually played the game because my dumbass tried to beat the werewolf at the beginning, which people tell me now you're not even supposed to fight it, but that's not how my brain works. There's a thing that seems like you should be able to fight it. I will try and fight it because I'm used to that kind of sequential encounter. Like, what? There's a werewolf there? That must mean you have to fight it first. Surely you must fight it first. Yeah, no. Don't fight the werewolf. Alright, checking the Q&A panel. Lots of lulls. Sorry, no nipples. She's wearing a high quality bra that hides them when she is cold. Okay, I got 10 minutes. Oh my god. These analog sticks look like mushrooms. Oh, weird. I have missed lines. At this point, I feel like this is where I would need some line variation, line weight variation, I should say. Just to help it look a little less mechanical. It's the only thing about working in digital. It's just like using a mechanical pen when you're a traditional artist. You just get one width unless you vary up your pressure while you're drawing, which is trickier than it sounds. I don't think I quite have the hang of that kind of finesse yet with the stylus. I still find drawing traditionally much easier, but that's another reason I'm doing these character jams, so I can learn how to sketch faster on the computer rather than having to just sketch in the art pad all the time. Like, digital just lets you have so much more control over everything. Like, usually when I'm drawing traditionally, I'll have that problem where I'm like, that character is too close to the side of the art pad, so now I have to trace it over onto a new paper. Whereas with digital, I can just be like, oh, I'll just select the whole thing and move it over. Of course, doing too much digital then makes you afraid. At least for me, it makes me afraid to mess up the paper. How dumb is that? It's like, with digital, I can not waste anything, but when I draw traditional, I don't want to mess up the paper because I know that's what's going to happen. Like, you just have to accept your mistakes and live with them. Okay, stag. I will put a little more detail in the stag. Because he's looking a little rougher than her now. It's a beautiful creature. I think I can drop out his sketch layer too. There we go. Oh, I don't know why he looks so weird. He doesn't have ears. I was like, why does the stag look so derpy? Oh yeah, I forgot to put ears on. That might help. Hey, it happens. I've seen a comic cover to one of my favorite comics where the artist actually put an extra finger on one hand. And I don't think it was purposeful. But he said no one ever noticed. Go look at the cover of the SHI trade paperback sometime, and you'll see the cover I'm talking about. For years, I read and reread that comic, and I've never noticed the extra finger until now. But now I have spilled Billy Tucci's secret, so you can blame me. I actually didn't notice until he said something to me at a convention. It was really funny. I don't like that tangent of his ear against her hair. Maybe it's more in foreshortening. Ah. Or they could be higher. There we go. Higher ears. I think I shall name him Douchebag. Eye roll not severe enough. Must be more eye rolly. Or at least staring daggers at the stag, like, shut up. Okay, that looks more severe. Because before he was kind of staring off into space. Okay, one last thing I gotta draw before I finish this up for today. I gotta redraw this soda bottle. It's awful. I've actually given up soda in this household for the most part, so I haven't seen an actual 2-liter bottle besides the grocery store. Oh, here we go. So there we go. It's more like kind of bullet shaped with a buttocks on the bottom, like 4-pronged buttocks. 3-pronged. That still looks weird. I never noticed how weirdly shaped these things are until now. The things you learn as an artist. Yeah. Rotating canvas. There, much better. Mountain. Let's see. So I don't get sued for trademarks. We'll call it mountain drops. Mountain drops. These aren't Doritos. They're Porritos. There we go. So that's Gamer Girl Artemis, you guys. I hope you enjoyed watching Gamer Girl Artemis come to life. It's been a great exercise in spontaneity for me. Hopefully I'll learn more about being a better digital artist doing these and have a lot of fun along the way. So thanks for joining me. Let me switch back to my face so I can say goodbye. Switching back to my face. Thanks for joining me. I really appreciated anyone who showed up and left lulls in the Q&A panel. It was a lot of fun. So thanks again to my Patreon patrons who sponsored this whole thing and for choosing a really fun, or rather for suggesting a really fun topic for me to choose. So if you want to see more about Patreon or help get in on the topic for these character jams, you can see my Patreon at www.patreon.com/Angela Sasser. ANGELASASSER. So thanks for joining me, and y'all have a good day. Bye.